Good morning, friends. Today I am going to talk a very important topic. Okay, and this topic everybody must note it and must share it with your advocates. How local self-governments have to be defined, and what does the Cantonment Act say? Now, as per the 1865 Cantonment Act, the word local self-government or local government denotes the person or person authorized by law to administer executive government in a part of British India. So that means even if we were a terrain of the British, we had a local government for ourselves. Viewers, this is very important. Remember that every act, rule made for these cantonments had to be notified for these 57 cantonments. Otherwise, it could not be made applicable. It is written where? In 1864, Rule 39. Cantonment Act 1889, which too was officially notified for the three presidencies and Punjab province. I have the notification of 1864 Cantonment Act for Punjab. Now, the definition of cantonment under section 4 states that the local government with the previous sanction of Governor General in council may by notification in the official gazette declare any place in which any of Her Majesty's regular forces are quartered within the territories administered by such government to be a cantonment for the purpose of this act and all other enactments for the time being in force, and may withdraw from any such declaration. So, the leverage under section 4 was given. It could impose, it could withdraw. Now, under section 5 of the local governments, with the sanction may also by this notification, it had to define the limits of the cantonment. Now, 1865, the limits 64 Act should have defined all this. So, there was a word during these research I came across in all these acts when they were reading Rule 4 and 5 starting from 1870. Beyond the limits of presidency town it talked. Now, what is this? Why is it talking in such a format? Why are the Britishers using these suffix called beyond? Now, was there something beyond the presidency and within the presidency? A lot of lacuna. Our advocates can peel it if they want, but provided they know about it. So, these were two limits actually, the military boundaries and the cantonment boundary pillars. So, beyond the presidencies were the cantonment boundary. So, where are these notifications? I'll just talk of Ambala, was made in 1843. So, there must be a notification in 1843, never produced for evidence. Neither do we ask them under RTI. Do people in their cantonments, do the Lansdowne people ask when was Lansdowne made? Somebody was talking to me, sir, Varanasi was made in 1789 or 1790. Go ask for yourself, ask in RTI, was it made? So, this is how it has to all go. So, where this whole happening of Cantonment Act 1910, which clearly notified that without the whole of British India, except for some native states which were governed under the foreign jurisdictions, had to be notified separately. Friends, we need to understand and we need to ask our government, Union of India Ministry, which of these 57 cantonments, ask them in RTI, were under the foreign jurisdiction. People have a fancy of Secunderabad, Aurangabad, Ambala, I think then we have Mau, Dakshai, Sabatu, Kasauli. So, let's ask them, were they in Schedule B? Go ask the Parliament RTI office. The Lok Sabha Parliament office can be asked for this. So, under section 4, the local government for every cantonment beyond the limits of a presidency town there shall be a cantonment authority and a cantonment magistrate. This was given to us in 1864. So where is this definition now of a local government beyond and cantonment authority and this expression presidency town? It is defined by section 3 subpara 41 of the Journal Clauses Act 1897 to mean the local limits for time being of the ordinary original civil jurisdiction of the High Court of Justiciate at Fort William, Madras or Bombay as the case may be. So that means it is defining some area which fell under the civil jurisdiction. It did not come under the military jurisdiction. So we were outside the presidency town. The cantonment authority was deemed to be a local authority as defined in Kettle Trespass Act 1871, Local Authorities Loan Act 1879, Indian Telegraphic Act 1885, Journal Clauses Act 1897. So 1864 to 1897 we were always given the feeling of a local authority. Local authority means body or person from the time being invested by law with the control and administration of any matter within the specified local area. Act 1 of 1871, Section 3. Now I'll read Act 11 of 1879, Section 3. Local authority means anybody, corporate, municipal committee or persons legally entitled to control and management of any local and municipal funds, or local legally entitled to impose any cess, rate, duty or tax upon the person within any local area. Well, quite easily people can understand. Act 13 of 1885, Section 3, subpara 7, local authority means any municipal committee, district board, body of port, commissioners or other authorities legally entitled to or entrusted by the government with the control and management of any municipal or local funds. Act 10 of 1897, Section 3, subpara 28, local authority shall mean a municipal committee, district board, body or port, commissioners or authority legally entitled to or entrusted by the government with the control and management of municipal or local funds. So where in any of the cantonment books and laws the cantonment authority is defined? Now I'm going back to that order, cantonment authority, which said these are local self-governments. Read Section 5 Quartermaster Journal number 3220B dated 24th August 1900 under Section 3 and 4 of Cantonment Code 1899 and 1912, or under Section 6.3 of Cantonment Act 1889 Act 13. We can even read it in Cantonment Act 1910 under Section 5.3. So there are so many places where it is written the cantonment committee is in no sense a military committee, but is on the contrary a mixed committee or a council consisting of both military and civil officers of government, and to which may be added persons who are in no wise connected with the services of the government. The cantonment committee is moreover a local authority constituted by the law of the country as distinct from military regulations and other matters within the specified area and empowered to levy taxes. Now where we were taxed, remember 1880, not prior to that, we were income tax payers. So where are the three powers given? These three powers were further given in the CLA rules category 3 lands, where we are very clearly said that we are private lands. Friends, if you are not able to understand all this, this is law. I am purely speaking law. I am not speaking any fancy which I want to talk. I am speaking what the book speaks. Please talk to me, get in touch with me, don't have your egos. I know there are many people who are facing court cases. They don't want to talk, they feel by seeing these videos they can educate themselves. Their advocates are calling me up. Forget it. Have the courtesy, have that shunning of ego habits. So this is all now clearer than the sun. Now, which says that we cantonments within the military boundaries was civil municipality from the day one, or let's be very specific, 1864 onwards. I would even talk of 1801 when the order of the boundary pillars were given. So we were civil municipalities. And I'll just quote you from my Gazetteer of Ambala, 1833. On page 67, it very clearly says, district was framed of old and new town, and the same was called second class municipality of 1862. Anything to be proved? So friends, once again back, we are not British grants, we are not GGO grants, we are old grants, converted into new grants, revenue free. Please understand. Am I right? So you can call me back again. I'll be very happy to answer back all your questions, but give me a little respect. I need my fellow bungalow owners and residents to talk to me. Apart from legal luminaries, I know many people in the advocacy line have started watching these videos. They are fighting cases of various, there are about more than, I think I was reading that website of Government of India, LIM. There are more than, I think about more than 1 lakh cases going between cantonments and DOs and ownerships, PP Act. So there must be advocates representing all of you on mutation, on taxation. So please get back to me. Thank you. Good day.